Okay, time to take a look at a PrimeWeld bottle. This is the 125 cubic foot of argon gas. Yeah, so they actually threw some foam pieces in there to make sure it's not going to be rocking around too much. And there we go. So these bottles are pretty standard. It is 4 foot tall. So it's actually just a little bit underneath 4 foot. It's about 46 inches and then 7 inches in diameter. We can see on here it is labeled Linde. It is labeled Argon compressed. We can see this is a 2023 bottle, so this is a brand new bottle, and it has the plus star. So that means that this is good for 10 years. That means I don't have to get this retested until 2033. It does actually have a dot rating, which is very important because most of the time if you try to take one to get recompressed, they will not take it unless it is dot rated. So that is excellent. It also says 2265. That means this is rated for 2,265 pounds. There should be about 2,000 PSI in here. So that looks like an excellent bottle. I got it all wrapped and everything. And standard size valve. So yeah, this looks like an excellent bottle. So what we need to do is we need to make sure that if there's any dirt or anything in there, that we need to blow that out. So the way that we do that, we're just going to crack this open for a second and then close it back off. Just like that. Not a lot, just enough. And the way this is going to make a seal is that this little brass ring is going to press against here. All this thread is going to do is it's going to force that ring onto that valve. So you don't need to use Teflon tape, you don't need to use pipe dope, anything like that. Now we want to tighten it up. You want to get it fairly tight, but you don't need to kill it either. Then we can thread our line in, and we're doing the same thing. We want to be a little bit careful here because this is an untested regulator. We want to loosen this guy up so it is not going to try to put any gas downstream. But as soon as we crack this open, it is going to try to put all 2,000 PSI into this regulator. And if there's any kind of a manufacturing defect with it, then we could have a problem. So we want to stay far away from it, as far away as we can get. And we're just going to crack it. And if there is any kind of a problem or a leak, we'll close it up real quick. Okay. No problem. So now we can open up the rest of the way. The way these valves work for all inert gas, it's going to seal when it's all the way closed and it's going to seal when it's all the way open. I know a lot of people, they like to just crack it open a little bit. That's actually a bad idea because that will allow gas to escape out the valve. You want to either have it all the way closed or all the way open. The only type of gas that you're going to crack open and leave like that is going to be acetylene. Everything else is either all the way open or all the way closed. So the thing I'm seeing here that I really like is that there is actually 2,200 PSI on this gauge, which means this is a completely full tank. That's a relief because that means that I know that there's no leaks on this thing because this thing came to me, so it's already had at least a few days. And 2,200 PSI is right around where the max that this thing was actually rated for. So that is fantastic. Now we can start to open up this valve. Now, depending on the cup size that we're going for, anything like around an 8 or below is going to be about 20 cubic feet per hour. When you get to a 16 or something like that, you're going to be looking at 30 to 45. So the bigger the cup, the more you got to have this output, the quicker this tank is going to empty. So the black line is liters per minute, and then the red line is cubic feet per hour. So right now I'm at 25, and it'll drop down a little bit when I actually start using the welder. And just so you understand that, at 20 cubic feet per hour, this is a 125 cubic foot tank. You're going to be looking at about 6 hours if you were to just hold the trigger and keep on running. If you're running at 30 cubic feet per hour, that's about 4 hours. For me, that's going to be plenty because nobody in the world is going to just sit there and weld and hold that weld. So this tank is going to last a long time, especially for a hobbyist like me. And this is what I'm getting right now. So what I'm doing is I'm just welding on one side and then spinning it around doing the other side just so I can keep it kind of relatively cool. But I'm varying between 70 and 80 amps on this 1/8 inch plate. And so you can kind of see the 70s over there. 80s over there, a little bit more penetration, but I think I'm starting to get there.